Hey guys, so we're going to review several essential trig and other derivatives. Basically, we're just going to walk through a few of these things. I know we had sort of introduced what a derivative was. Now we're going to go through the power rule as well as a few other rules to figure out how to get derivatives for any number of functions, right? So let's just literally list them off. In other lessons, we're actually going to describe the rationale behind them. So let's say this is the function and this is the derivative. So any function that is a constant, they refer to it as a c, the derivative is going to be 0. So for instance, if I were to take the derivative of 10, that would be equal to 0. We'll talk more about it later, but that's essentially something to remember. We will now go back to the power rule. If I took x to an n, and I were taking a derivative with respect to x, I would do, again, just like last time, x, n in front of it, and then n minus 1. So again, this would look like derivative of x cubed. Okay, n is 4, x is x. I'll bring the 4 down, so that equals 4, because you'll see that's the n, and then I have to minus the 4 from the top, so it's going to be 4 minus 1, which is 3. Oops. So it's 4x to the third, right? Now we'll talk about sine and cosine. These are just things you're going to have to remember. So the derivative of sine is cosine. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. Try not to get those confused. The derivative of a to the x is going to be a to the x ln of a. So a really important example of this is, let's say that e is actually the function. So now I'm going to take the derivative of e to the x, so that equals, so a to the x stays a to the x, so it's e to the x, and then now it's ln of a, so it's the ln of the base, which is e. What does that equal? It equals 1. So the derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. And then lastly, we have the log base a of x, which is going to be 1 over x ln of a. Again, another really important example. Let's say we have the d dx of the natural log of x. Again, natural log has a base of e. Then that will become, okay, so the a is e, and then x is x. So it'll be 1 over x times the ln of a times the ln. A is the base, so you'll see a is e, times the base is e. What does this equal? This equals 1. So the derivative of ln of x equals 1 over x. Again, we went over that really quickly. We're going to go over like specific, in a little more detail, each of these things later on, but that's sort of an introduction.